As a content creator, it's guaranteed that at some point somebody is going to criticize you for some mistake you've made, and I've had many videos made upon me that I won't pretend don't exist. I've been criticized for multiple mistakes I've made, and those mistakes definitely do exist. I'm definitely also warranted in criticism, and obviously there are reasons people dislike my content. I won't pretend that I'm a perfect content creator that everyone enjoys, that nobody has issue with, and that I'm this perfect person that's never made mistakes. However, there are videos that have been released on me in the past and in the present that very clearly highlight that the content creator absolutely has no idea what they're saying about me, or straight up lies about me, and as there is a group of people that don't like me for one reason or another, those people will actively go to that video and agree with it, support it, promote it, and share it, or say that everything presented within it proves me to be a terrible person, despite these videos not even proving the points they're claiming to make, or providing any active evidence that proves what they're trying to say. Today I'm going to be responding to a video made by a smaller content creator and their 2 subsequent videos that have received thousands of views and worldwide approval, I guess, for their general messages within them, despite the fact that these videos actively go against the claims they're making, actively provide no evidence to prove the claims they're making, and actively try and paint me in such a discharitable narrative because the person personally doesn't like me. Before I begin, I'd like to make it very clear that I'm not going to be sharing the name of the person I'm calling out, nor will I show their channel, because as I mentioned, they're a smaller creator and I do not want to send hatred towards them, and I'm actively going to state right here that I want none of my audience to go towards this person and harass them. If you'd like to go and correct them on their information if you find their channel, or present the fact that there is counter evidence in hopes that they will maybe listen, that's fine, but I would like to make it very clear that I don't want to see any hatred towards them, and if you are someone in my audience that presents hatred towards someone because they made shitty videos, I actively don't want you in my audience. Anyone that tries on my behalf to send hatred towards someone is not someone I want in my audience. That being said, there was also another video made by someone else that criticized this person's videos, and that video was actively very good, and it's from a small creator, so I will promote them. Their channel's here, please do go support them. I believe they made a very good video, and I highly appreciate them making it. Obviously, they didn't censor the channel name, so if you want to see the person I'm talking about, I guess you can find them. I'm not making it hard to find them, obviously, but I don't want you to send hate towards this person, and I know that sharing their name would do so. That being said, let's go through a video released on me that apparently exposes me for multiple different things, including faking being trans for attention, and let's highlight how every point presented in those videos is absolutely ignorant, absolutely self-destructive, and absolutely straight up lies in multiple cases against me that, for some reason, have positive approval. One thing just to note, if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe. I'm aiming for 50k by the end of the year, and with that being said, let's get right into it.
Okay, this is for HarleyTBS. I do not want to give this person any more attention after this video because what this person has done is so infuriating. It genuinely makes me feel sick. Harley, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, okay? Stop trying to offer forgiveness to a groomer, especially on behalf of the victims. Who the fuck does that? That's fucking sick.
The only way of proving this claim is just by linking my Cosmodor videos. However, I'll go through that in a second and explain exactly why they're wrong. However, I'll continue their clip first.
And the fact that no one's telling you this, the fact that you're surrounded by yes people is beyond alarming. You yourself are a grooming victim, dude. You should know better than to do that. I can't imagine how the victims must be feeling right now.
I personally disagree with you bringing Cosmodor's victims into this situation as a way of trying to make me look worse by speaking on the behalf of them and acting like you know anything about how they feel about my videos is very disingenuous. Furthermore, trying to bring my own personal experiences into this video is not only disrespectful to me, but also very ignorant considering the fact that this situation should not have my personal experiences brought into them, and furthermore, when I present the holy evidence that proves your point in a minute, it proves nothing. The way you brought my situation into this video is ignorant and selfish. You used it as a way of getting free content from lying about what I did and trying to abuse my situation as a counterpoint against me.
The fact that you think that you're doing something right, it just comes to show how delusional you truly are, Harley. You need to apologize. You need to take those videos down where you explicitly say, hey, I will offer forgiveness. I'm pretty sure people will forgive you. You need to take those videos down and apologize to the victims because you have no fucking place to say those words.
The thing they're referring to is when I said this, as I genuinely do believe that if Cosmodor came back and showed that they'd changed, they would actually be taken back by this community. No one would have any reason to keep holding it against them if they showed that they'd actually learned from their mistake and had held themselves accountable for what they did. I genuinely believe that with my whole heart. I believe most people are open to accepting Cosmodor if they were to come back and prove that they'd changed. People wouldn't be so passionate about this subject if they didn't actually care. The problem is Cosmodor says that they don't believe they can do that, and that's what actually worries me. The fact that Cosmodor may not believe that they can even show that they have changed, because it should be very easy to come back and show that you've changed when you've actually learned from what you did. Nowhere in that clip do I offer forgiveness for Cosmodor. Nowhere in that clip do I personally say that I forgive Cosmodor. Nowhere in that clip did I say that the victims of Cosmodor will forgive them. What I said was that if Cosmodor was to come back and show that they'd changed and learned, I think more people would be willing to accept them back into the community. I'm speaking on behalf of other people possibly accepting Cosmodor back if they learned and got themselves the help they need. I'm not saying they deserve forgiveness, I'm not saying I forgive them, and I am in no way giving them any excuses for what they've done. The way you try to paint this as me defending Cosmodor, or saying that I forgive them on behalf of the victims, is not only a lie, but just straight up incredibly slanderous.
Prisonmate Luke was right about you.
I think Luke's points would have more ground against you than they do against me.
Okay, I know I said that in the previous video, that it was the only time that I was gonna give Harley attention. Harley, the fact that you would block me before I can respond to your little meltdown you had on Instagram, it just shows how much of a fucking coward you really are.
I find it really interesting that you decided in this video to actively leave out the fact that you misgendered me and spoke on behalf of my grooming and ignored what my message actually said to you. I made it very clear that I don't want you speaking on my personal trauma, and as such I blocked you because I'm not willing to engage in a conversation with someone that is telling me how I would feel about my experience being groomed. It's a very ignorant thing for you to do, and I want nothing to do with someone that would do that type of shit.
I find it really disturbing how you're not willing to take any kind of criticism, especially when it comes to serious things such as grooming.
I don't know how I feel about you describing lying about me, speaking on behalf of my experience being groomed, and telling me I don't care about the victims as criticism of me, but fine, whatever.
The things that you're talking about, they involve real lives, dude. This isn't just some fucking YouTube drama. Like, have some boundaries, for God's sake. The fact that you're not willing to listen to people who've been there, because I've been there, when it comes to being taken advantage of. I'm not going to say what, but the fact that you're not willing to listen to those people, that's just fucked up.
Oh, I understand. That's why you conveniently left out what I said in my messages and just described it as just me blocking you over criticism. It's because you realized that now you can make a point in the end of your video where you claim that I'm not listening to victims that have been there, despite the fact that you have acknowledged in your first video and have shown in the screenshot that I also have been there. I've experienced the exact same thing. The way you try to invalidate my own experience or make your experience more valuable than my own is ridiculous. Give me a fucking break. You made a whole video claiming I was exploiting the trans community, that I was lying about my identity, and that I was making videos taking advantage of trans rights to my own benefit, and was as such a cause of a decrease in LGBT acceptance. Is the fact that I, a gender fluid individual, hearted a comment that said I was he. Firstly, I'm not even going to highlight how stupid that is, as I use any pronoun on my Discord server anyway, so I don't really have an issue with people using the he pronoun if they're not doing it intentionally to be transphobic. But secondly, the fact that you actively decided to use one message I hearted as proof that I was lying and exploiting the trans community, the fact I hearted a comment that doesn't necessarily in any way show I was agreeing with their pronoun usage of me, or there's no reply showing that I was being he in any way, the fact you tried to use that as proof that I was lying about being trans is fucking ridiculous. Coming from the same person that said I was speaking on behalf of the victims and forgiving a groomer, it seems there's a lot more weight to you being the shitty person in this situation. The the person that decided to say I was lying about being trans because I hearted a comment not in any way showing I agreed with their pronoun usage of me. I hearted a comment that used the wrong pronoun for me. Are you a fucking idiot? Through your words and actions, you have actively showed to me and many other people that you cannot be trusted as a source, and you are a blatant liar. You claimed I defended a groomer and forgave them. You claimed I was lying about my trans identity and decided it was your place to speak on my trans identity because I hearted a comment. And the fact that you've made multiple videos speaking on my personal experiences being groomed and think it is within your right at all to tell me that I am the person in the wrong that needs to apologize is fucking outlandish, and I hope you get a reality check. These videos were ignorant, selfish, and thoughtless. These videos involved absolutely no forethought, absolutely no care, and absolutely no consideration for the possibility that you may be wrong. You decided to misgender me in the title. You decided to lie about me in the comments. You decided to defend your actions and call anyone who disagreed with you a sheep, and for some reason, these videos are received positively on me. The fact that they have no evidence to support them, yet people are trusting them like a sheep following a herd leader off a cliff. You guys are idiots. It's all I can really say. As a closing point, I also think it's ridiculous that they decided to post on Instagram that I was invalidating their experience with personal trauma or being groomed because I said it wasn't their place to speak on my experience being groomed. It's incredibly ignorant of them to think they have any right to speak on my experience, whether they have their own personal experience or not, and I feel like they were just trying to do this because they wanted to look like I was attacking them and that they were the victim in the situation. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video here because I think I've said everything I need to. I hope this video presented my side and hope this video made more sense than their videos did. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say now and how some of these videos just don't tell the truth about me. If you want to criticize me, that's fine, but when watching videos that criticize me or call me out, please look into the evidence presented to make sure what they're claiming is actually true before you run with it like it's the truth. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all the recent support. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'm aiming for 50k by the end of the year, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Said she wanna rock with it like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with it like me. We can catch a fly. Said she wanna rock with it like me.